Yasir Thomas, Hudson Catholic head football coach.
When did you first meet Lamar McKnight?
I met him when I was training for my pro day through my trainer, Jeremy Campbell, through EPTS training systems. So he was my quarterback for, training for like going to the league and for my pro day and things of that nature, yeah.
What was your first impression of him before you even got to meet him? As, like Lamar the coach, you met obviously Lamar the quarterback. What was your first impression of Lamar?
I mean, yeah, he was a funny dude, could throw the hell out of the ball. So he really helped me, get ready for that specific day. So I know we just got to work, that was our impression, my first impression, just meeting him. He was a competitor, so.
Did you guys develop a relationship from then on, or did you?
No, I was just like touch and go here,
Yeah.
but then we reconnected at a Zone 6 event. So, I mean, after that, I decided to come on the staff at Hudson and, just went from there.
How did he go to you, approach you about joining the staff?
Yeah, so it was a kid that was at the camp. I was just working with him, a little bit, extra, and he ended up doing really well. So then he told me, I should, try to come coach the DBs at, Hudson Catholic. So I came in, I met with the rest of the staff, and then, after that, I said, this is where I want to be. So after that, that's all she wrote.
Did you know Coach Brad before joining the staff?
No, actually, my first time meeting him and encountering him. So, meeting somebody with, such a personality was a breath of fresh air, especially him. He's always, outspoken, but in a kind-mannered way. So, Brad is Brad,
Yeah.
Sure.
How did you guys come together as a staff, and how difficult was that the first year trying to resurrect a football program here at Hudson Catholic?
I mean, honestly, as difficult as it was, the kids were bought in. They were coached really well. Some of the games that we lost, we were right there. So, just us, coming together, talking about schemes, talking about, how can we beat this team, watching ample amount of film on our opponents, it brought us all together. As far as, from a football standpoint, we wanted to be locked in for the boys, especially after what they've been through, these last couple of seasons with the coaching changes and everything else of that nature. So we were dialed in.
So now looking kind of towards the future, how do you look to lead this program in their honor, kind of, carrying over? But, you're bringing in your own, your own culture, of course,
yeah.
But also, trying to take some things away that they bought, the positives.
Yeah, absolutely. I learned, from a lot of people, a lot of different coaches, a lot of different mentors. So I'm going to pull from, wherever I see fit, wherever, wherever my vision aligns with, something I may have learned from this coach and this coach. But, you can't take away from the fact that, there was a foundation here, before I got here. So just trying to build on that and build on everything that was built, in the Jersey City community and just the revamp of Hudson Catholic football. So definitely want to have, my own staple, my own culture on it, but implement certain things that I learned from Brad, Lamar, certain mentors that I have, my high school coach, because he's still coaching. So there's different, ideas and aspects that I take from each and every, asset of football. So for sure.
Of course. What impact did you see Coach Brad and Coach Lamar leave on the kids?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Coach Brad being, a youth league, coach, that's our most vulnerable times as athletes when we're playing like Pop Warner or youth league football. And then Lamar, he trained, so many people, so many quarterbacks. So, I mean, a staple on them in North Jersey, it just can't be explained. They touch so many people, so many lives. So, it may be somebody who only trained with them one time, or this person only played a year for this youth football team, but you could tell the impact that they left on the community, especially after their departure. You could just see so many people, come together and just, celebrate the life of them and the remembrance of, what they have done and the lives they have touched. So,
no doubt. What's the main thing that you want people to take away about Lamar McKnight's life?
Yeah. I mean, he was a competitor, like everything he competed at, everything he did could be as far as, who had the, best coaching drip, who had the best, who wanted to get to the parking lot first. Like everything was like any little thing, any big thing was a competition. He was a competitor, but, he loved to compete and, he was him at the end of the day, and you got to respect him as a competitor because if somebody brings that level and makes you step your game up into like the little things in life, you just want to emulate that, for the kids, for yourself, for whoever people you may meet, and we are coaching the lives of teenage boys, so we just want to show them that you compete in life, you be humble and you have decorum, that you're gonna make it far, so that's
no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Coach Brad, if there's one thing you want people to take away about
Coach Brad was crazy, man. But crazy in a good way. He just was so energetic, so I'll use that word, like energetic. Like he always had energy, no matter. He'd say, oh, I had a bad day at work, but he still came in and gave the kids energy. He gave us energy. We needed somebody to talk to. So I love Brad's energy and what he brought, to the table each and every day. He also was a competitor too. So anything, he was really like the glue for me. Mm-hmm. But I just say like his energy really, helped me out through some days, and his competitive nature, both of those guys kind of like helped me get through, some of those days as well too. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Absolutely.
What's one word that you would use to describe Lamar McKnight, if you can only choose one?
I would stick with the competitor one. Competitor. Yeah, I would stick with competitor.
And then Coach Brad?
Coach Brad, I used energetic.
Energetic?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. All right, that was excellent.
Thank
you so much. Good luck this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it, dude.